Do it, motherfucker. Do it.
I hate to be the one to break this news to you, but I have been sending you signs that there is a doomsday along the way. Apophis, 2029. The end of the world is on its way.
Nah, Charlie, come on. That's not how the world's gonna end, alright? Here, I'll tell you how it really ends. It starts in 2024. Trump and Biden are neck and neck in the polls when Trump gets convicted on a felony charge. He's looking at life in prison, and Republicans aren't happy about it. The red states, one after another, begin to secede. The Second American Civil War is on! Less than a year in, the Reds are able to rip Trump from the Blues' grasp. They take him to D.C. and put him in his rightful place, the Oval Office. The Blues surround, then begin to consume Washington, D.C. They push the Reds all the way to the White House and then begin the siege. After only a couple of months, the White House is almost out of resources. Trump is faced with two options: surrender or self-destruct. Being Trump, there was really only one choice. The button pulsated in the darkness, a red aura calling to Trump, reaching out to him. He, in turn, reaches out and slowly pushes that big red button. His final thought: I wonder if they have a McDonald's in heaven. Nukes spring from the ground, propelled into the upper limits of the atmosphere, only to fall onto their designated targets. Every major metropolitan area in the US, including DC, is consumed by a raging, radioactive inferno. Trump also targeted major areas across the world, unable to stand the thought that the rest of humanity might go on without him. The atmosphere is covered in a thick haze, and the world goes dark. Decades later, civilization rises from the ashes of that once great nation. They rebuild and venture forth into the radioactive no-go zones. A group of explorers rummaging around the ruins of the White House hear a noise, a shifting of debris. They locate the source and begin digging. Chunk after chunk of rubble is removed until finally they pull out a figure. As the figure rises, the group stands back in awe at the sight they see. A surprisingly orange, decrepit, almost skeletal figure, thin wisps of golden hair clinging to its ravaged cranium. Its cracked lips part, and the group can barely make out the creaky words they birth. The figure whispers,
I will make America great again.
A cheer rises from the settlement as the explorers bring back the still renowned, still great Trump. He may be ghoulish, they thought, but he's still our leader. A faction within the settlement pushes against Trump's reinstatement, branding him as the harbinger of death. They still remember who pressed that button so many years ago. The push turns into a punch, and then an all-out war. The settlement had access to the remaining store of nuclear warheads, and Trump, seeing power being ripped from his hands once again, did the only thing he knows how to do. And the cycle carried on. Civilization collapsed, rebuilt, rediscovered Trump's greatness, then crumbled under it again. Not even the sun's death could halt this march of madness. Trump and the survivors fled Earth on a colony ship to continue the cycle in the blackness between stars. Hundreds, then thousands, then millions, then billions of years pass. The last star has died, and the universe is uniform, cold. But floating in that homogeneity is one tiny imperfection. The colony ship that had left Earth so many billions of years ago. If there had been an atmosphere to transfer sound, a close observer might have been able to make out the tiniest of noises emanating from that ship. Repetitive, almost a thump. Or something like that.